Hello and welcome for the video lesson for week 5. Just like to say that I'm very pleased with all of the essays that you have been turning in to me. I think the revision process is going well, and the strength of your writing is very evident, so keep up the good work. So let's talk about where we've been and where we're going. We're in the second half of this bi-term course now. During the first 2 weeks, you worked on APA format and writing a summary. During weeks 3 and 4, you produced the explanatory synthesis on the obedience to authority essays. Now we're moving into weeks 5 and 6, and the paper that will be the focus of these 2 weeks will be an argument synthesis. So in this case, your thesis statement will be an arguable thesis statement. In other words, you're going to take a side on this issue. So the essay set that I've provided for you in the resources this week is about freedom of speech and the degree to which it extends to students in public schools. So you got a couple of essays to read that I have selected for you, and in preparation for this essay that's due at the end of next week, you're going to use the 2 sources that I've given you, and you're going to be required to find sources on your own. So how I would like for you to do that is by using the virtual library sources that are available through Campbellsville University. So let me quickly walk you through how to do a search. If you just go to Campbellsville University's webpage and go to the Montgomery Library site, scroll down to where it says CU Search, and this is going to lead you to log in if you're not already logged in to Campbellsville University. It's the one login that you use for everything, and it will give you access as a student at Campbellsville University to all their online resources. I want to show you quickly the way that I search, just so that it may help you to find resources quickly for this. Instead of using the basic search, which is the default, I always click on advanced search, and this is going to allow you to limit your search a little bit better. So let's say, for example, we're looking for a source for this paper, and we're talking about freedom of speech, and that's going to be really broad. So we're going to add a field here, and we're going to say high school. And in the search options, always make sure that you have full text as a limiter. Otherwise, you're going to get some abstracts, and those don't help you a whole lot. If you want to make sure that it's like a journal article that is peer-reviewed, you can click that. I'm going to leave it unchecked for right now until I see how many hits we get on this. So let's hit search and see how many articles we find. We're looking at search results 1 through 20 of 2,456. That's more than I have time to look through, so I'm going to go back and refine my search just a little bit. And so freedom of speech, I'm going to change that field to being in the title. So if it's in the title of it, that's probably going to be a better indicator that the whole article is about freedom of speech. So we've got 2,400 hits. Now we're reduced down to 36 hits. That's a little more manageable for me, so that helps. I'm going to come down here and look at this. Here we've got a PDF full text of this particular article. We'll pull it up and look at it and see if that's something that I think that I can use. Okay, so if I look at this, it dates all the way back to 1970, but some of the essays you're reading for this week deal with cases that are from a little whiles back. So it's okay if you want to use that. Let me quickly show you probably the best feature here in the virtual library is the citation tool. So I come over here and you'll see there's a print, email, save to a file, and then cite. When I click on cite, I don't have to do the APA formatting for it. I simply come here, highlight it, right click, copy, and if I want to open up a new document and just paste that in there, I've got it. So that's probably one of the best features of using this. Okay. So if you have any questions about first of all, how to access the virtual library through Campbellsville University, send me an email. I'll be glad to help you. Or if you have questions about the sources you need to find. So you've got several questions that you can consider as you read. I have posted those in the discussion board section for this week. So your requirement for this week is to read the 2 essays I provided you with, answer this question in a discussion board post, respond to 2 other students in their discussion board, and then begin your search using the virtual library, and that's considered a print source. You're just using an electronic database to access that print source. I'd like for you to find at least 2 sources, and you may want to find more. And the reason I say that is this, again, the paper that's due at the end of week 6 is a 1,500 word essay. So in order to get to that 1,500 word minimum, you may need more than the 2 sources I provided you with and the 2 sources that I'm requiring you to find. You might need, as many as 5 to 6 sources in order to get to that 1,500 word limit. So that paper will be due at the end of next week. So good luck searching for articles this week and getting prepared for that paper. If you want to go ahead and work on that early and submit a draft to me, you can begin submitting that draft this week. I'll give you feedback, but that paper is actually due at the end of week 6. Now, looking forward to weeks 7 and 8, so this is after you've done the freedom of speech argument synthesis paper, you will be doing another argument paper, but it will strictly be a research paper. So you will choose the topic, an arguable topic, and you will write an argument research paper and find all the sources yourself using the virtual library. So this paper in weeks 5 and 6 is to get you accustomed to using the virtual library and accustomed to using 2 sources I've given you. Then the final paper is going to be a paper that you determine the topic for and you find all the sources for, and you put that paper together. So be thinking about that paper because you'll need to have a topic developed for that paper. And that paper is worth 300 points. So it's kind of the capstone paper for the course. So be thinking ahead. We're on the downhill side of this, halfway through this course. So keep up the good work. If you need anything, let me know.